Behind the cape, let's talk about Jonathan Majors.
Yes, sir.
My guy is out here, premiering Magazine Dreams, the last movie that he's been in.
At a Sundance Festival, yeah.
Yeah,
Got standing O.
yep. He's his performance was so great that they gave him a standing ovation, and somebody went ahead and picked it up. Briarcliff
Yeah, yep.
went ahead and
Briarcliff
picked the movie up
Entertainment.
for a theater run. So
What else have they done?
they did the Apprentice, that Donald Trump, Sebastian Stan.
Okay. That's funny. So we will be seeing a Jonathan Majors release in 2025 in theaters.
On the big screen.
I think that's about all we could ask for to come out of this situation.
If his performance is really like that, I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, for sure.
So definitely excited, and I'm happy for Jonathan because obviously this is going to be his chance at a big break.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and not even just that. This has to be like a top level performance by him. It's just good to see him back in the mix.
Yeah.
Right. The chance for the audience to see him again and for him to start working himself back into people's consciousness in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Is not being so tied to all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Start putting some more positive press in front of him.
For sure. And so, if this means a hopefully positive upswing for him, I'm ready for it. Hopefully Megan Good doesn't have to pledge money towards his bills anymore. if that's a real thing, allegedly.
Yeah, right. Allegedly.
Okay. Abbott Elementary news. They're supposedly doing a collab, a crossover episode with It's Always Sunny. I am a huge fan of It's Always Sunny. That show is hilarious. And so is Abbott Elementary. So I'm definitely here for it.
That would be dope.
And they're both in Philly. I guess that's the connection.
I just don't know how how are they supposed to joke? Like Abbott Elementary, it's not bland comedy, but it's tamed enough for a family audience.
Sure.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia is absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm wondering how they're going to banter. I guess logistically, geographically, it makes sense. Tonally, I have no clue where this is going. Like no clue. I have no clue.
Always Sunny has been known to get very racist at times too.
Maybe we have like a split, like we do an Abbott Elementary episode and an Always Sunny episode.
I can see that.
You know what I mean? So
maybe they see it from Abbott Elementary's perspective, and then there's one from It's Always Sunny's perspective, which is probably much worse.
They're definitely not well, maybe they are, but they're going to have to account for the tonal shift, because there's definitely a gap there in between what the audience from Abbott Elementary is going to be expecting from this and what the audience from Always Sunny is. You're going to have to fill that with something. This was an interesting choice.
Episode where Charlie was a black kid and he got shot, like dumb racist, but like funny too at some level. But
didn't Charlie dress up as Hitler or something like that?
Probably.
This is like not. It's not elementary school type comedy. So
no. Okay. I guess we got to talk about it since it's probably the biggest thing. Joker 2 needs $450 million to break even. It's looking bad for Joker.
Yeah, it's bad outside. I don't understand a couple things about Joker. First of all, the things that I'm hearing about whatever happens at the end of that movie, I want to see it because there's something outrageous that happens at the end of it. Don't you dare.
I think I know what it is.
None of you, don't you dare. Don't tell me. I don't want to know because I kind of have to see it.
Yeah.
Because of that, may try to get in on a $5 holla and just go see what's going on. But also, apparently, they didn't screen this to anybody.
Yeah, that was the crazy part. But
which it confirms the fact of there's definitely something in here they were trying to hide.
Yes.
So what is that thing?
I told you that tweet earlier. That was clearly a joke.
But maybe not.
I don't think they like that, like incels and white nationalists
connected to the Joker
movie.
Look, okay.
Like the worst people took to that movie.
Well, okay, but he's the Joker.
Yes.
He's the Joker. He's a villain, right? This is the problem with you trying to humanize the bad guy. At some point, we have to snap back into the reality of him being the bad guy. And you painted him as this glorious figure in this movie. But the course correction to that is not to, I guess, did they maim him in some way? Did they decapitate Arthur or something? I don't want to know. If you've seen it, don't tell me. But it's like, it seems like there might have been a bit of overcorrection in that regard.
Yeah.
Where you could have just continued to sell a product. You know what I mean? Everything doesn't have to be for everybody. And if there was somebody who was willing to buy your movie, you probably should have just sold your movie to them instead of rejecting their fandom.
Yeah.
And like that's not my cup of tea. It's not my audience. It's not where I'm gonna be sitting down. But at the same time, if that's the audience that you're serving as a company, you should probably find a more tactful way to do so without, maybe outwardly supporting whatever it is, whatever agendas you think it is that you were connected to. But stop selling the product is not on the table for me.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah, there's a you kind of alluded to it. There is a weird like humanizing of some of these villains. I just watched the Menendez brothers
the true crime story thing.
Yeah, on Netflix, and they did what they did was their best to incorporate all perspectives of it, and it just kind of felt like at times they were kind of like giving them an out.
I mean, so the idea that you can present every perspective equally without choosing a side is a bit of a fallacy, right? If you're shooting a movie, you have an idea, you have a tilt, however slight it may be, there is a tilt. With this Joker business, it feels like their tilt shifted a little bit stronger because, like you said, because of the reception that they got for the first movie.
Yeah.
So I don't think that they should have looked at that and shied away from it, because you could have always spun that into, well, look, we just had positive reaction from DC fans, right? These are DC fans who are excited about the Joker brand, and he's a bad guy, right? Like we're not obviously encouraging any misogynistic or racist behavior, but the Joker is not a good person, right? He's not a good guy. Yeah. So anyone seeking to mirror his lifestyle or his acts from this movie is obviously a deranged person, and those who are looking to enjoy the content for what it is are just good DC fans.
I was going to say, yeah, there's definitely a level of people who just enjoyed the film because it's
just enjoyed it for what it was.
Story.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we live in this era of, unfortunately, delusional people who also get into groups with other people and start to feel the exact same thing. And so you got groups of incels and white nationalists clinging together and all liking.
Listen, man, you don't have to create an ecosystem for them, man. You're just making a movie. If incels buy movie tickets, I will sell an incel a movie ticket.
Yeah.
Right? Like I don't have to be a voice for him. I don't have to be a vehicle for him and his thoughts. I just want him to watch a movie.
Yeah.
So it's not incumbent of you to sing their praises in your dialogue or your exposition within the movie. Just sell them a ticket.
Yeah.
Just sell them a ticket. Polo Boy and Johnny. Yes, I am watching Penguin with my wife. We love it.
I saw the first episode. It was really good.
It's very good.
I still need to see second episode. I think tonight is the third episode.
Yeah, the problem with reviewing it is that they're trying to be streaming and standard cable. So they don't post the episode on HBO until it actually premieres on cable. So it doesn't give us a chance to actually review it. We're done recording by then. So
yeah.
HBO has been doing that for the last couple of years that they've been rebranding HBO Max. So
which was a huge problem with Winning Time when we tried to review that.
Yep. Will be when we eventually review Lanterns too.
Oh.
So
yeah,
we'll have to figure it out.
I do like the Penguin though, and I mean maybe we could do a whole season at the end of the
So
interview or something?
with episode 3 being tonight, maybe we can do the first 3 episodes. We can do it in that. We can do it in 3s. We'll put out a big review.
Okay.
Right. Power is ending, so we got a little bit of time here. We'll do the first 3 episodes. Don't hold us to a timeline here. We'll get it out soon, sometime this week.
Yeah. And then Johnny, I did see that the Menendez brothers might be getting out. I don't know how true that is, but apparently like the one of the guys from Menudo might have gotten sexually abused from the Menendez father.
What?
And so that might corroborate their story that he did stuff to them. Yeah. I don't know. Crazy stuff.
All of it icky. I don't want to touch any of it.
Very much so. Okay. Juror number 2, a new Clint Eastwood film with a very interesting premise.
Oh, Clint might have got him one here.
I mean, he had one with Gran Torino where he was.
Stop it. Stop. Cut it out. It's weird because yes, it always does have this weird old white guy, middle of America tilt, and that's exactly what this film is. Like it is textbook, like white privilege, but it is a interesting premise all the way, right?
Yo, Clint Eastwood in Gran Torino is Joe Biden. That's Joe Biden.
Basically. But instead of Asians, it's Palestinian. Anyways, boom. So here's the synopsis for the movie. So I'm driving on a dark road one night after drinking, all right? I hear a little commotion on my car as I'm rolling down the road. Now, I'm a responsible individual. Of course, I stop and I get out and look around for a bit, but it's just so dark and rainy. I don't see anything, so no need to call the police or look further. I'm just going to go home and go to sleep.
White privilege.
Oh, then I get my letter in the mail for jury duty. What case are we presiding over? What's going on in the case? Oh, well, some hit and run accident. This guy's on trial for it. They said it was him. Girl was found dead on the side of the road a couple years back. Huh. Sounds interesting. Where did this happen? Same road that I was driving down.
Damn.
Dude is a juror in a trial for a murder that he committed.
Oof.
Love the premise, but there is no way in hell anybody sitting on this couch gets away with that.
White privilege.
How do you even make it to the jury duty? My boy hit somebody, drove home, went to sleep, and then I think the premise is that it's years later.
Still, he didn't even come up as a suspect at all.
But I love the cast. They've got dude from Reinfeld. What is his name? He's playing Lex Luthor in the Superman.
Nick Cage.
No. He's in it. He's the main guy. He's the juror. Is it Nicholas something?
Cage.
It's not Nicholas Cage.
Renfeld.
Yeah.
He said Reinfeld.
Same thing.
Nicholas Hoult.
There it is. Nicholas Hoult.
And
they got J.K. Simmons is in it as well.
I like J.K. Simmons.
I like how this movie
is. The judge?
No, he's a reporter who's looking into why nobody investigated further into it in the first place when it first happened.
Okay.
Because homeboy just hit her, drove home, and went the fuck to sleep, and nobody tracked it down. There was no. Anyways.
Well, J.K. Simmons can definitely be a reporter, especially after what he did in Spider-Man.
I like how the movie's coming together. I'll be interested to see it when it comes out. Shout out to Clint in his senile years. Seems like he can still shit out a movie.
Facts. MoFly, we will get to that. We'll get to that.
What's that?
The Chris Brown documentary.
No, I did not see that.
No, we'll talk about it. I got it.
Chris Brown doc seems a bit early, but okay.
Yep. Anyway, we'll talk about it though. We talked about it last week. Megalopolis shits the bed for a second weekend with a whopping $1 million, just like it got in its first weekend.
Jesus.
Yeah, that movie is. We talked about that, I think, for the first time months ago when we were talking about the fact that he was out here trying to get women on the set aroused, like kissing them and all sorts of strange shit.
It had a budget of $120 million.
They're not even coming close.
It made $1 million this weekend.
The fact that it's even gotten that, it's
made
crazy.
$1 million for 3 days. Jesus.
Yeah.
Just make another gangster film, bro. Just don't make another Godfather.
I was about to
The
say, yeah,
last
don't-
one, no.
Don't do that.
Maybe just take a nap, bro. Just,
Yes.
sit
There you
down
go.
for a bit.
Please do. Beetlejuice is apparently doing decently. In the
Beetlejuice
box
is kicking
office.
ass, and I it was a decent movie. It wasn't great.
Mhm.
It was a nostalgia bomb. They kept it very tight on the story. There wasn't anything too imaginative. It was kind of just a flip on what the original movie was. A kind of, let me try to tie you into marrying me so I can get out this display shit. Right?
Yeah.
It was same old Beetlejuice, but it was well executed. I think the cast performed well. Jenna Ortega was good. Of course, Keaton did his thing as Beetlejuice. I didn't really care for the secondary villain, the like chick. I felt like it was random. It was just kind of like Phil. But anyways, all in all, it was a decent enough movie. I took my kid to go see it. We watched the first Beetlejuice before we went to go see it. He enjoyed it.
Did Tim Burton do this one?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I knew Keaton was in it, but I couldn't remember if Tim Burton actually did this one. So okay. All right. Then if that's the case, then yeah.
It's doing okay. 400 million.
I can understand why it's doing so well.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then The Wild Robot, the animated film that we talked about, I think last week, breaks 100 million after it opened with 35 million. That's what we talked about last time. So it seems to be doing very well.
Francis Ford Coppola is struggling to break $1 million for an entire weekend, here's the animated robots and from DreamWorks. Now, y'all, again, I said this last week, y'all watch out for DreamWorks, because again, there's this like void in animation right now. There's like this gaping hole for somebody to take a hold of it, and every now and again somebody peeks up, right? Like, you got Mario and Nintendo over there trying to do their thing, and then like I said, you got Wild Robot, you got Disney who hit one with Inside Out, right? Like, nobody's really dominating the market right now. There's a power vacuum. Somebody could step ahead if you can put a couple of these projects together. Wild Robot opens the door for DreamWorks, and then in 2025 we got Shrek 5 coming out.
I was about to say, yeah, Shrek 5 is coming out.
So it's kind of like a nice 1-2 that they'll have. They kind of start dominating the children's animation market. I missed one. Illumination with Despicable Me.
Yes.
Right. They put out Despicable Me every now and again. And it kind of dominates, but nothing consistent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so no, definitely excited to see what they can do.
See if they can put a couple on top of each other.
Yeah, for sure. Have y'all heard about the Substance movie? I have not heard about that.
What is that?
Let's see. The Substance. Okay, it's got your boy Dennis Quaid in it. I guess we can.
I like Dennis Quaid. I like him more than his brother Randy.
Yeah.
Randy Quaid's a dick.
Elizabeth Sparkle, renowned for an aerobics show, faces a devastating blow on her 50th birthday as her boss fires her. Amid her distress, a laboratory offers her a substance which promises to transform her into an enhanced version of herself. So Limitless?
Bah, that's what it feels like. It feels like Limitless.
Women's Limitless?
Women's Limitless.
Okay, so the person that's playing the woman in this one would be Demi Moore.
Huh. I haven't seen her in anything in a minute.
I feel like the last thing I seen her in was Charlie's Angels.
Right? That's literally what was in my head. I was like, Charlie's Angels?
But I'm like, that can't be right.
Can't be the last thing we seen her in, but I mean, shit, I'm struggling, dog.
Yep.
What has Demi Moore been in since Full Throttle? Charlie's Angels, Full Throttle.
The stuff she takes makes her young again, but with consequences.
Okay.
So
well, I mean, Limitless.
Women's Limitless.
Well, no, Limitless made him smart. It increases his brain.
Oh, a woman would prefer to have that.
Okay. He's being one of them incels we was talking about.
Hey y'all, my name is Fresh. How are y'all doing?
Being one of them incels we was talking about. He said, men get smart, women get pretty. That's how it works.
I'm Fresh. This is Fit. Nice to meet you guys.
Mm-mm.
Oh man.